So 9 years ago, I transformed my entire living room, this living room right here, into a small homemade art studio. And ever since, I've spent over 10,000 hours and painted over 10,000 products, from my hand-painted aprons to t-shirts to jackets, hoodies, you name it. If you put it in front of me, I'm gonna paint it. From canvases to even shoes, I don't care. Anything you put in front of me, I'm gonna paint it. The most important thing is I gotta find a way to make some money out of it. And that's exactly what I did 9 years ago. So I'm saying this to say, what if you take advantage of this holiday season right here and just launch your small art business? From setting up a small homemade living room or bedroom or basement or kitchen art studio, and then just get started with that. This holiday season, everybody's in such a good mood. From online to offline, everyone is in good mood, in a good shopping mood. People have a very incredible uppity spirit. They in the mood to spend money and to be generous. So this could be a great advantage for you to leapfrog into getting started with your small creative art business. And I'm encouraging you to take advantage of this holiday, this rush, this online traffic and this foot traffic to get started within days, or right now or tomorrow. Take advantage. Go outside, grab a table, go outside, go set up. If you have anything at all in the house that you made, start with that. So I'm going to just talk to you about just two things that you can do to just get started, just so you know that you have started, and then you could stay in. Take advantage of that and use that as the reason to stay in, right? Not just to start in the business, but just to stay in and then keep going. So, like I said, there's a lot of potential customers out there, both online and offline. And if you position yourself right, you could use that, right, as a segue to just get in and get started. Whether you make money or you don't make money when you launch, when you go out there, you are still going to win, because you're going to learn what worked and what did not work. And that gives you enough data, enough information for the next step. That's exactly how it works. So I just want to talk about two things that you can do as your angle to get it started. So if you have anything made at all, if you have anything in your studio, whether you made it in your homemade studio or from an outside studio, whether from a school studio or just a private studio that you pay to use, if you have anything made, whether it's a piece of art that you made on paper, on the wood, on fabric, on canvas, on anything that you have, take advantage of this holiday season. Bring it outside, because there's a lot of people outside right now, right? So take advantage, come outside, set up, and start selling it, and then collect some data, see what's going to happen with whatever it is that you made from your studio, whether it's a home studio or outside studio. Bring it out, set up, and see people's reaction. You're going to learn there is no such thing as I took advantage of the holiday season. I went outside, I set up my table, but I didn't get any business. You learn that whatever that you brought out probably wasn't it. So now you're gonna have to like try a different angle, right? You're gonna have to like try different angle. While you're doing this, that's gonna be the exact same thing that you're gonna be posting within this window where you're out there trying to sell, right? So you're gonna be posting about that thing that you made. It can be some watercolor experimentations, screen printing, spray paint, acrylic, oil, whatever it is that natural dye, whatever it is that you actually know how to make, or even if you don't know how to make, just experiment with it. You don't know how to make tie-dye? No big deal. Walk into your art supply store, buy, say, your primary colors of natural dye or artificial dye, whatever, and go grab a couple of t-shirts, a couple of white t-shirts with 3 or 4 buckets, fill it up halfway with water, and then mix your dye in there, get your solution, and then tie the t-shirt however you feel like tying it. It's all try and error. There's no one way of doing thing as the standard. It's all try and error. And just dip part of the shirt here, part of the other shirt in the blue, and then in the yellow, and then in the red, and then when you finish, just crack it open. You got tie-dye is done. That's how it worked. And then you're just gonna learn it. You'll be surprised how when you make stuff like this, people will show up and tell you, wow, we love it. This is beautiful. Right? So go out there and just go give it a shot. Do that. That's what you gotta do. So if you don't know what to make at all, like I said, go grab 3 buckets, cheap buckets, say like a $5 bucket. Get 3 of those. Go to your local art supplies. Ask for natural dyes, or if they don't have natural dye, just get any dyes at all. Just say you want to tie dye, and get the primary colors that they have. And with your 3 buckets, get 5 or 10 white t-shirts, and fill the buckets up to like a halfway. Or you can experiment as you go. And then mixing your colors, you have your red here, your yellow here, and your blue here. And get some strings or some ropes and just tie your t-shirts. Tie them however you feel like tying them. And then dip them in the yellow. Start with the yellow. And then dip the other side in the red. And then the last part, dip it in your blue. And you are done. You just crack it open. You have a tie-dye made. It doesn't take that much to make this stuff. It's handmade, and that's the beauty about it. And if you're able to make stuff like this and show up for people to know that this is handmade and you made it yourself, homemade, from your homemade studio, that's how you sell. That's how people buy. People buy when it's made like that. It's not that you order from online, you order 12 pieces from somebody and now you out here selling them. You actually made them and you come outside and sell. People love when something is made by the artist, by hand, or hand-related type made stuff. So that's what I'm pushing you to do. Take advantage of this holiday season and launch. If you don't know what to make, I just gave it to you. Go to your local art supply store. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Your local art supply store. Just get 3 colors, your primary colors. Get your yellow, your red, and your blue. And go buy the cheapest buckets or the cheapest container you can get. $2.99, $3.99, $5, I don't care. Just the cheapest bucket you can get. Put a little bit of water in there. Put your yellow color here, your red here, and your blue there. Grab your first t-shirt, tie it differently. dip, 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 crack it open, hang it up. You got your tie-dye done. Grab your second t-shirt, tie it the other way, dip, 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 and repeat it over and over till all your 10 t-shirts is done. And you have it. I teach 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, and this is what I showed them what to do, and they were doing it. Everybody was happy. All these kids were losing their mind because it was just that simple. Because you never thought it could be that simple. Because when you think of it, you're looking at the super advanced tie-dye, how they did it, or how did they do that? How did they stop looking at that? Look right here, eye level. Stay right here. Stay with me, eye level. Stop looking over there. You can't see that. Stay right here. Do that. Just do that. It's the same thing. It's gonna come out amazing. And that can be sold. This holiday season, that is something that you can make. You can go out there and you can sell. Like I said, I do nothing here in this studio, in this living room studio, but hand painted. I hand paint. I'm painting canvas. I got some blank canvases hanging about the paint when I get a chance. I got some experimentation that I'm working on, some canvas here, piece that I'm working. I got some t-shirts that I hand paint. Of course, you know, Harlem, hand painted. Representing Africa, hand painted. That's what I do. Oh, this is a hoodie. Actually, a hoodie that I'm still working on. It's not done yet. It's a hoodie. It's not done yet. There's my label. Danyaki. That's the name of this studio. This is living room that I named Danyaki Art Studio. So it's you have to make it work. You have to make it happen. You don't need anybody. As I was saying, so you probably have stuff just laying around. Whether you're making it on paper, on fabric, on loose canvases, or on framed canvases, bring it out. Start posting it. The focus is, all right, I'm gonna start posting this stuff that I want to sell, that I'm gonna bring outside to experiment to see if it's gonna work. You start posting it. Storytell behind it. Don't just post. Post and tell a story behind it, right? I can tell you a short story about how I started painting this hoodie. And when somebody show up, I can tell them, oh, you know what, actually, I just finished painting this. It took me 3 days to finish, but I just started painting it because this is the reason, that's the reason. And I sell that hoodie for $150 in the street. On my website is more. It costs more on the website. And I'm just being super, super generous. It's like no big deal. Because I can paint with my eyes closed. So even though you might call it some kind of a labor, to me it's just a labor of love. It's just, I don't look at it like a sweat equity. Like that. I just look at it like I was gonna be painting anyway. I will be painting for free. It doesn't really matter. If I don't paint to sell, to make money, I will still be painting. I can be 90 and I will invite the little kids and to come by and I will be painting, having fun with them. So why not? If I can just paint and make money, I'm not gonna be complaining about my time painting. And especially if painting is kind of like took me out of poverty. Like I was 9 years ago, I was distressed. I was a mess, and 9 years later, I'm in good shape. Like art has transformed my life. After transforming my living room into an art studio, the studio has transformed my life. So I can't complain about that. I can't. I'm super grateful. This is something that you can do. You can do exact same thing. Shameless plug. If you getting any value in what I'm telling you, like I said, I transformed my living room into a homemade art studio, hand painted only. All I do is hand paint. So if you want to support me in any way, hit the link below and check out my hand painted one-of-one limited aprons. I got t-shirts there. I got some hoodies, jackets. All the link below. Just hit the link and just show some love. Like doing this, transforming my living room into an art studio, led to me doing business or collaboration or getting business from Pepsi. Yes, Pepsi. We shot a 1 minute, 60 seconds or 59 seconds commercial right here in my living room studio. Right here, my workstation right there. The entire Pepsi team was here. We shot that commercial. It's on YouTube right now. If you search it, it will come up. You will see me in there. I got paid 10 grand for just like 1 minute sipping Pepsi and painting what I always paint for free anyway. So, I mean, things like that. You never know what can come out of it. MasterCard. I pretty much do business with MasterCard like every year. End of the year, they have to reach out. They need something special for their staffs. And they don't want just the regular old printed and this and that. They want an artist touch, hand painted. And because I'm super in-person guy, I'm always outside on the weekend selling. So for 9 years, of course, a lot of people have seen me here in New York, in Harlem. So that slowly but surely, one connection leads to another. Somebody see you, and maybe they work for some big corporation or corporate offices, and conversation comes up, and somebody will say, "Oh, I actually saw a guy, a couple of months ago or last year. He actually does like a hand painted. Let me, you know what? This weekend I'll go check it out. If he's still there, maybe we can use him." And that's how these things happen. It doesn't happen right there, like on the spot instantly, but it comes back over time. It comes back, and that's why if I see an artist who's super creative and just not taking advantage of anything that you can make, just make it and show up. Because you want to wait till the perfect time. There's no perfect timing. Everything that I'm selling now, that I make and sell now, I did not sit down and say that's what I was going to make. No, I did not. It just happened. The ideas that I had when I was in school, thinking that this is what I was going to sell, those ideas are still in the computer, somewhere in my computer sitting. It's not working. What work is what I am doing right now. And the streets and the people, online and offline, they let me know what they want, what's working. And that's exactly what I worked. I worked what was working, or what seemed to be working, and I focused on that. So start posting whatever it is that you have that you think you want to sell, you want to get rid of. Start posting them. Storytell behind them. Put whatever the story that inspiration that came with it. Say it. It doesn't have to be long. It can be short. Just say it with those posts and let people know that these stuff are for sale, or they're out there. If somebody wants to buy them, they're available. And then the most important part is what a lot of artists don't want to hear. A lot of artists are not ready to hear this part. That is showing up in person. You have to show up in person. You cannot just create art and just post it online and online only. If it doesn't work online, if your social media, you on all these social platforms and you posting and you just all you get is just likes and impressions and comments and shares and saved. If it doesn't transact or translate into transactions, that means you have no business. So showing up in person is also another distribution that you can also use. Because a lot of times when people talk this distribution, they only talk the social platforms. They don't talk in person. In person is also another distribution channel that you can use. It's actually instant and it's actually organic and it's more official. It's more emotional. I mean, the connection and the network that comes with being in person is actually more deeper than online to me, because I actually brought everybody from in person to my social media. I have over 4,000 followers on social media. Majority of those people came from in person, from the streets. Yo, you have IG? Yes. You have an IG? Yes. So they actually stay with me, and that's like my retention. Like the social media is like my retention, because oh, that guy, I've been following this guy for years, like that. And then they can tell somebody else. That word of mouth can lead to somebody like, yo, my man said, I'm reaching out. Yo, look out for me. I need this, I need that. And that's how it works. There's no secret way of doing this. If you ask me, how do you get started? I'll tell you, if you have any kind of work at all, that maybe you started from school or you were self-taught, that you just have it laying around in your studio or laying around in your place, bring it outside and set up, as well as posting it on your social media to gain traction as well online. And then you also building this trust in person. And stop posting things that are not business related. Stop posting what you are not going to sell. So the first thing you want to do, number one, is you have to post what you want to sell. You have to post what you see as a product for the business. That is the only thing you're going to have to be posting. Post those things and talk about those things. And number two, do not post anything that is not going to be a business related post. If it's not going to go out there and sell and come back and put money in your pocket, why post it? So look at your social media as your storefront, as your business. If your social media is private and you're an artist, please convert it. Please convert it to public, and then let it be known, let it be seen. Post business related experimentations, work, mess, the ideation, the iterations, all of that. Post those things. Make it public. And if you used to just posting stuff and you go to a restaurant and you just eating and you posting your food and all that stuff, but you're an artist, stop posting those things. Post only what you sell. You can go to my Instagram and go check it out. If you're getting started, if you feel confused, if you don't understand what I'm saying, go to my social media, my Instagram, and just go look it up. And you see, it is a storefront for me. It is business and business only. I create art and I sell art. Of course, I am the face of it, so I'm always involved some way, somehow. But that's what you got to be focused on. You got to just post things that related to what you want to sell. Your hand related made, your handmade, your art, your expressions, the things that you made is what you want to post because you want to sell, and people will start understanding. You have to educate them. They have to be educated. Once they understand, then they're going to start inquiring about it. And that's how slowly but surely over time it becomes a business. So I'm telling you 9 years later, things that I have learned in this, because this art studio came about because I was out of school, and school offers so much facilities, like the studios, like you have everything, and I needed a studio. Plus I was broke. American Express, I maxed out my American Express while in school, paying for school and so on. My Capital One credit card maxed out, and I have to do something. So, and I'm also addicted to the studio. I'm looking for a studio. Somebody told me there's a studio in Brooklyn. When I checked that, it's too far away, far deep in Brooklyn. And plus, it's expensive. And that's how this DIY, homemade, independent, hybrid mentality just kicked in. Like, you know what? Let me build my own studio. So what I did, I went to Home Depot and I bought everything myself and brought it here and just put everything together myself. And brought it like ergonomically. I have to make sure the table is where it doesn't impede my work and stuff, ergonomics thinking. So I put all that together, and then my station is fine. And that station has been producing money for 9 years nonstop. Just setting up a station, a workstation, and make things. I didn't set up to say I'm gonna make specifically this or that or this or that. I used to just bring everything, all my mess outside. Those are mess in my eyes, but outside people loved it. Like, oh, those are beautiful. Look at these colors. And that's how I started to know, then I might be good. And people like, oh, you're very talented. Yo, you're good. Yo, this is nice. So over time, I heard this for 9 years. You think it's just gonna make me feel like, no. Now I know that what I make people like, people love it. So do the same thing from wherever you are. You do the same thing, especially if you're an artist that kind of like do things by hand. And if you don't, if you're an artist that's not doing things by hand, and if it's not working, and you kind of want to switch to do something different, consider making things by hand. You might not be able to make a lot because it's not mass produced. But the little bit that you can make, people respect and people buy. People purchase handmade. They love, they respect handmade. So take advantage of this handmade. This beats the AI. It beats mass production. It beats everything. I'm telling you, it's unique. Handmade sell itself. You don't even have to do too much talking. Once they find out it's handmade, it's a different conversation. If you're a struggling artist, if you're a broke artist, handmade can get you out of that. Handmade can just pull you out of that bubble, out of this misery of, struggling artists made and broke artists made. If you start making things by hand and try to sell them online on your social media, don't even rush to the website and all that stuff. Don't go spend money, incorporate your business and all that stuff. Start in the mud. Start in the mess. Start selling the mess. The studio mess is what you got to start selling. And over time, people, the requests will come. Whether it's the hat, tote bags, t-shirts, hoodies, jackets, whatever. Prints, stickers, it will come once you start doing it. You start saying, I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start selling it. Offline and online. If online doesn't happen, offline will happen. If offline doesn't happen, online will happen. So before you know, you have two different channels on the weekends, or if you can go 7 days, whatever you're gonna do, how many days you want to go. Offline will bring what it brings, and then online also gonna bring what it brings. So what I'm gonna tell you is launch now, start today, this holiday season. Like start right now. People are in the good mood. And if it doesn't work, you learn something. So you're just gonna come back with a different mess. That's all. If the first mess doesn't work, you learn what you learned. So you're just gonna come back with a different mess. And then you're gonna present it again. But if you make it a point to just show up every weekend in person, why are you posting, I don't care, 7 days, 5 days, whatever, how many days, however you want to post, online and all your social platforms. You keep doing that, but you have to make a promise and be dedicated to show up in person on the weekends. Trust me, you will build a small art business. And if you want to stay in business, making art or doing art, or as an artist, you have to incorporate in person. Now, some of us are super lucky. They post a couple of times on social media, it just takes off. And then they just start making a living, creating art and selling it online, and they are fine. They don't have to. My story wasn't like that. That wasn't my journey. I was on social media way before I started selling outside. Social media didn't take up. And think about it. It took me 9 years to even get to over 4,000 followers. I'm far from 5,000 followers. But whatever it is that I get from social media, I respect, because those are my people that I got them from in person and I brought them here. So if they have to buy anything at all for a gift, who they're gonna call? Me. Me. Yesterday I got a call. Today I got a call. Like, this is my peoples. These are my people. So I don't have to have 20,000 Instagram followers. If I have them, then it will be my people. It will be 20,000 people, 20,000 that I met in person and slowly brought them in. You know how long that's gonna take? So even though I have 4,000 followers, these are my peoples. And a good chunk of it also came from, I had a friend, he's an influencer, and he got 3 million followers. He loved what I do, and he was like, yo, I want to highlight you, and he highlighted me, and then his people just swarmed to my page and they just follow, and then the followers were just going crazy, and I was like, wow, that's the power of influencer. Like, I never felt anything close to that, but it didn't come with transaction. It didn't come with conversion. It was just, I got a lot of follows from him, and I'm thankful for that. It's just for follow. It looks good for social media. But as far as the transaction, as far as the conversion, the value for value exchange, my peoples from in person, or my peoples that tell their friends to tell their friends, is how those transactions happen. So do not take in person lightly. Of course, friends and family, but you also, in business, you need new customers every week. You have to bring somebody in onto this bubble, onto this into this community of yours. So going out on a weekend basis, that's what it does. You're always gonna meet new person, and then get them on board. Yo, give me a follow. Yo, let me get your email address. You keep them in, and that's how you stay in business. If you just want to put it on social media, you don't have any email list, and your social media is 10,000 followers, but they're not buying, then you don't really have a business. You don't. So if you really want to have a business, focus on people who buy, and you need to bring them in week in, week out. It doesn't matter if you don't get 10 people, even if it's one person that you bring, that person is a potential buyer, potential customer. That potential customer, that one potential customer that you met in person is more important than 50 followers on Instagram or on any of your social platform. If that follower is just a follower, now if he's following because he loves what you do, and you got him there, and he on retention, and he's just watching, and he's saying to himself, you know what, when I'm ready to grab a gift for a family member, a friend, a loved one, or even for myself, I'm gonna buy from that guy, that handmade, because it's special. Yesterday, a lady gave me a call. I actually delivered the piece in her home, in her apartment. And she said, it's a gift to my boss. And my boss, she's a judge. She was like, she's a high top ranking judge in New York City. She said, I want to give her a gift, but I don't know what to get her. Like, she has everything. Like, what am I going to get her? Like, how can I even impress her? And this lady said, and then I thought about you. I said, oh, I'm going to get her a hand painted. You know what? I'm going to get a hand painted apron from you. And then she hit me up, because my phone number is right there on my social media. So she gave me a call, and she said, this is what she want, if you're going to come by. I was doing what I was doing. I said, when I'm done, I'm gonna step out. I need to go get some art supplies anyway. So I'm going to stop by, and I'm going to deliver to you. And then that's exactly what happened. So handmade is the only thing that people can use to gift to people at a super elite level, at a super high ranking level, that for damn sure you know that they're going to appreciate. If worse comes to worse, handmade always wins as a gift. And that's why I encourage you, if you're an artist, you have a gift. And that gift is money. It's a gift that prints money. And do not sleep on it. Don't be lazy. Don't follow this social media stuff that doesn't translate into cash flow. If it doesn't translate into cash flow, you need to incorporate in person with it. So don't be shy. Don't be shy. You have to go outside. Stop being shy. Go out there, show your face. And it helps you build personal relationship. It helps you also build personal brand. And I'm telling you, this is how I've been doing business for 9 years. Pepsi, Facebook, Uber, HBO, Bon Appetit magazine, Forbes magazine, Food and Wine magazine, Pix 11 in New York City, live here in my studio, and a live painting mural downtown in front of their office. Local newspapers, local magazine, like you name it. I like just by being outside. So in person has done way more for me than online, me personally. So I champion that a lot. And if whatever it is that you were doing is not working the way that you want, and you are not in person, I highly encourage you to start showing up in person on a weekend basis, just weekends. And then the rest of the 5 days or whatever, continue to do your social media stuff, post online slowly. Then once your business look like is growing some legs, now you can build your website. And the items that's working, you can start bringing those on the website. Now you have a business. All right, so don't forget to give me a subscribe, like, share, comment. Check me out on social media. Of course, like I said, check out my Instagram page if you feeling some kind of confused, if you want to see how I'm doing it. check out my social media, my IG, and see what it look like. And other than that, I want to say thank you. Hit the link below. Check out my website. Grab a gift. If you're looking to gift something nice, hand painted to somebody. Otherwise, I see you on the next one. Thank you so much. I wish you good luck. I hope you launch. Take advantage of this holiday season, this foot traffic, this incredible overflow of foot traffic in the streets and overflow of online traffic on social media and all these websites and social platforms that's happening. Take advantage of that and post all things related to your business, and show up in person with all things related to the business, and start that business that way. Start it messy. Start it in the mud. Get your hands dirty and get your feet wet. And let's go. Yes, let's go. Go create and go sell right now. Get started right now. Say it to yourself, I'm starting today. I'm starting right now. And pick up any mess that you find out in the studio and put it together and find a table, whatever, collapsible table, show up outside this weekend and go sell and start that way. It's gonna work. I'm telling you, if it's handmade or hand-related made some kind of way. So I'll see you on the next one. Salute, peace, one.